these.
Hello, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting to order at 7 o'clock, Thursday, November 7th. Welcome all. Bev, if you would lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Bev. Didn't know I was going to put you to work. Roll call.
Blankenship. Joseph.
Here.
Kempthorne.
Here.
Steiner.
Here.
Godwin. Blackwood.
Here.
Before the approval of minutes, I'd like to make a motion to let the Clinton United Methodist Church speak before unfinished business and after the fiscal officer's report. Can I get them? Okay. Call for the vote.
Joseph.
Aye.
Kempthorne.
Aye.
Steiner.
Aye.
Blackwood.
Aye.
At this time, if we could approve the minutes, is there any questions with minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Marissa.
Kempthorne.
Aye.
Steiner.
Aye.
Blackwood.
Aye.
Joseph.
Aye.
This time, we'd like to have the solicitor monthly report, please.
Not a whole lot exciting to report on my end. I'm assisting the fire chief with responding to one request currently, and I believe there's one research project that was just sent my way from the solicitor. But other than that.
Say it again. Oh, okay. At police report?
So, for the month of October, we had 38 business checks, 3 domestic incidents, 14 traffic stops, 1 motor vehicle accident, 1 welfare check, 12 traffic citations, 5 criminal arrests, 1 suspicious vehicle and 1 suspicious person, 1 alarm, and 31 extra patrols. And then on October 18th at 9:58 p.m., our department responded to the area of Southfield Mathis Road and Hickory Street for a motorcycle accident involving a mailbox. After arriving on scene, the officers located the male hiding in the wooded area near Spirit Auto. The male subject was arrested and issued citations for OBI, hit, skid, and driving under suspension. The male was released to the care of the hospital. And then on Wednesday, October 23rd, around 6:15 p.m., our department initiated a traffic stop on a vehicle in the village for not stopping at a stop sign. After further investigation, the driver was arrested for OBI. On Tuesday, October 29th at 12 p.m., our department responded to an address on Surface Road for a report of trespassing. After further investigation, a male subject was arrested for criminal trespassing and aggravated menacing. And then on October 30th at 8:29 a.m., our department responded to a call regarding a possible train accident involving a pedestrian near the tracks located in the area of 2726 Hickory. After further investigation, one of the train cars appeared to detach from the train, causing the accident. The male had minor injuries and was taken to a shelter facility in Canton, Ohio. That's it.
Did the engineer stop on his own with that accident?
Yes.
Okay. And was the train separated for emergency vehicles?
I do not know.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Okay, you guys had a busy month. Thank you.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, thank you. I do not see the fire chief or representative from the fire department, so we'll be skipping the fire unless we have a report.
There's one in the packet.
There's one in the packet.
Thank you. What I don't, Clinton Fire had 18 EMS calls, 1 fire call, and there were 5 mutual aids on EMS and 5 mutual aids on fire. But we don't list the communities we were assisting there. Thanks, Marissa. So very general fire report. This time we'd like to hear from our street commissioner, and if you'd include information on the mower.
Okay. Did some tree trimming on Second Avenue down by the tracks, between the tracks and Warwick, this past month. Did a driveway pipe on Surface Road and finishing up some mowing and getting ready for the winter equipment ready, so, for hopefully no snow, but anyhow.
You don't think it's gonna stay in the 60s in December?
So, am gonna look into, get approved to purchase a new zero turn, from Worcester Power Motors Incorporated.
Okay. And I think,
The appropriation amendment that we're doing a second reading on tonight, that is included in those to come out of our street equipment reserve fund.
so upon the 3rd reading, you'll be able to order that. It's 2nd reading tonight?
I mean, he could order it, I can, because we won't have it until we're done
After.
anyways, so he can get it ordered.
Is that the question you were gonna ask?
I guess that's the question.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all I have for right now.
Thank you. I see we got the hole patched at the end of Nemesilla.
Yeah, they come out and patched that, and they, did the one on Main Street, yesterday, I guess. And I hadn't seen it, whether they replaced the sidewalk on Hickory yet.
And which utility was that?
This is Dominion, well,
Dominion.
and Bridge now.
Okay.
Across from by the Nazarene Church?
Yeah.
Yes,
Did they do the sidewalk?
Yes, they did.
I hadn't looked to see if they did that.
I looked when I drove by.
I do.
What if we don't use any salt?
We got a lot.
We'll have to find another facility to store it.
Okay. Thank you, Kevin. Fiscal officers report.
I don't have anything to add.
Okay. Okay, and with that said, I'd like to, the Clinton Methodist Church, they'd like to present a opportunity to council. They called and were suggesting or seeing a need with a potential sign, so I'm going to let them present that. And thank you. This is Bev Wasman.
I am, and for those of you that know me, it was Bev Bray Wiseman. Those of you that don't, I have with me 2 other church members, Stephanie Wims and Joan Frederick. We've all been members for the Clinton United Methodist Church for a very long time. I have been a life member, but I'd like to read a letter, if that's okay. As most of you likely know already, the Clinton United Methodist Church closed permanently and was sold a couple months ago. The church had been a vibrant fixture within the village of Clinton for more than 100 years. It supported all village events and welcomed all who entered its doors. The aging congregation was no longer able to sustain the church, so it was sold. With the closure and sale of the church, the remaining members decided to disperse funds to various organizations, agencies, and schools in order to help individuals and community, all while preserving the legacy of the church into the future. We, the members charged with dispersing funds, would like to donate $5,000 to Clinton Village for the purchase and installation of a digital sign to be placed on the current Village Hall sign. Our hope is that it will be used to keep residents informed of upcoming events, meetings, or events. Additionally, and I'm sorry, the fire department's not here, we would also like to donate $2,000 towards the purchase of a new sign at the fire station over there because of the black sign. That's not even better. We request that the funds not be used for any other expenses other than what is required to purchase and install the signs. We would like notification once the project is finished. I said you can use my address to send the acknowledgement of the money for our records. Our treasurer is here, so she's keeping track of everything. We need to account for where our money was sent. Additionally, if possible, we would like to see a small plaque in recognition of the donation in the church's name. If this project is not something the village would like to undertake, we certainly understand and ask that the donation be returned. Our goal is to provide something permanent and useful to the residents of Clinton Village, and the hope that the Clinton United Methodist Church will be remembered fondly.
Thank you. Any comments, suggestions from council?
It would be something we'd have to investigate, see the price and, maintenance and.
When I spoke to him, I said too that we could potentially find some matching dollars from grants or something, so that's part of the research.
Yeah.
Do you want us to do that research and then come to you, or do you want to?
Well, I guess my thought was, you know what you can use better than I would know, or we would know what you would need. So we're okay with that.
Okay,
Because we don't know what systems you have or the technology
Sure.
that's available or,
how about I keep you informed every step of the way, and we'll move.
like I say, our goal is truly, we want the church to be remembered and it to be something that's useful to the residents.
And the signage is a way to communicate with our
To tell people
residents.
upcoming events and, your meetings, and, I know you work closely with the Historical Society that, when Santa comes and all that good stuff, and that was our thought process behind it.
We'll let Diane use it.
And for the other sign, it doesn't have to be what you have, it could be what you want.
But with the fire department, well, that would really, I think, to be their decision, if they
And I don't
could use
know
it or not.
who gets, do you guys get that money, or does it work for you? Yeah.
It would work.
It would still go through us.
It's something
It would
for
just
us
go in
that's
there.
designated.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's awesome. It is appreciated.
Wow, that is,
Yeah, go ahead. Can you cash the check before the end of the year? Well, that is true, because we're trying to clear our books out to be done, and because we have a lawyer helping us. We have the checks here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's partly what I was asking, if you wanted the money on the front end or the back end here. Okay.
We'll just put it aside, designated, yeah, that's fine.
because it could sit there till we find matching funds, even if it takes a couple of years, we don't
As
know.
long as that's what it's used for,
Yeah.
we're okay.
And we'll give it back to you if we can't, and I know
I
you
don't
want
think
that.
that's,
I think we can find,
we'll put it on the fast track.
Yeah, you can, they're both
Okay.
in here.
Wow, that's very generous. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If there's no other questions, we'll move on to mayor's communications. Obviously, the mayor's not here tonight. He called me at 5:00, and he's got a personal reason for not being here tonight. And likewise with Jan Godwin, she has a personal matter that she's not here tonight. So both of those excused. I have not heard from Ross. And I talked to the mayor at 5:30, and as of 5:30, he had not heard from Ross, so I don't know about Ross. Sunday, speaking of churches, I was at the Trinity Lutheran Church celebration. That was for 150 years in Clinton, so that's quite a milestone. You remember Mayor Budd recently talked about 100 years with the Nazarene Church, so community of good faith. We have lots of churches, and like to recognize Trinity Lutheran for 150 years and thank them for that invite there. It's posted on our website. We've got 2 contracts coming up, and we'll be starting voting on that next meeting, but that's going to be our contracts are expiring, and we need to renew for the lawyer, Seth and Marshall, and our engineer. The engineer we had to post, and we've done that. That's on our website. So we may see some offers from other engineering firms. If we see that, we'll get it in front of council and look at. But that was part of the requirements OHM had.
they said like every 5 years we'd go back out put an RFQ out for quotes, so.
Mm-hmm. Great.
I do have a copy of the lawyer. The fees did go up. Do you have those rates?
I don't have them off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I should have had it.
My view on that is the business side of things is Marshall's business,
I think,
and then getting work out is both of our business.
The rates have gone up. When we first started doing business with Marshall, he was starting that firm, or a new partner in that firm. He's just putting us on par with other communities because it's unfair to charge us a lot less than what he's charging other communities. The one thing that was different in the contract, his fee is one, and then there's an associate fee.
I'm cheaper. I know that.
So before that, they were the same, right?
Right.
So now we do have a tiered system, and I would we'll get a copy of that letter sent to everybody, and then my recommendation would be to move forward with that. But we'll start our 3-time reading next meeting, and that'll be approved before year end.
So the RFQ that's on the website, it says they have them in by, I think, November 15th, I think it is, if I
Okay.
remember correctly. So we might have other, who knows, other firms to consider before the first reading
For the engineering, yes.
for the engineering. Yeah.
Thank you, Leah.
What's mine, 225?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you made it.
New fee proposal of $250 per hour. That would be the partners, and then at $225 an hour for associates, and then $165 for paralegal help. That would be office.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the 3 rates. So I can pass this down for others to see. The fire department and the police department aren't here, but I would like to thank them for being involved during trick or treat.
Mm-hmm.
The fire department was roaming around town, as well as the police department, and it was noted that they were patrolling instead of being in one spot. So I wanted to thank the fire and police. I'm going to pass. Does everybody have this? This is the,
Yes,
okay. So Technology Management Solutions, we had an $1,100 bill, and probably not a bad dollar amount, but it's $1,100. And where does this come from, or why did we have to spend this? This is for public records request. So this is the email company searching our emails to fulfill public records requests. Between the 2 months of lawyer fees and this request, we do have $10,000 in public records requests. Some of those public records requests are coming within. We can't keep doing public records requests. Now, we can't not address them, but I am encouraging employees to communicate with each other instead of doing public records requests.
Agreed.
We just can't spend $10,000 a year. Now, and there's no way for us to recoup those costs. In the old days, you would charge per page when you handed out the paper, 10 cents a page for a copy, right? There was at least some skin in the game for whoever was asking. If we had 1,800 pages, that's what the bill was to whoever was requesting the request. Seth, correct me if I'm wrong, but if we're providing it electronically, there's no charge.
That's correct.
I have a question. Can we say we'll provide paper copies at your cost, or do we have to send them electronically?
So if they request an electronic copy,
Okay.
if it's possible for us to provide them electronic copies, we have to. Now, if we keep everything paper, but that's not necessarily practical anymore.
I understand
Then
that.
we would only have the paper copy to send.
Okay.
So I think I've emphasized the point enough. we've got a open end on the budget there with these public records requests. There's cost involved, and we really have no way of recouping dollars.
I wonder if there's like public records insurance almost.
It'd be worth looking into for us.
Mm-hmm.
We are having increased costs with our lawyer, but if all of us use the lawyer a little less, we could potentially have less dollars next year, right? Even though there's a raise, or even though their contract rate is going up. We seem to be using them often. I think that's it for mayor's communication, unless anybody have any questions.
So yeah, wasn't used very much last month.
Okay. We had a low bill last month. At this time, I'd like to move to council communications and council committee reports. I will start. We were supposed to have a finance committee meeting tonight. We were reviewing the budget for 2025. I was the only person to show up with that committee. So I'd like to reschedule a meeting for that. I'll probably get with Jan and Ross and see what date works for us, and then we'll communicate it to the public and council. But I do want to do it before the next meeting in case we can't have a meeting again. We'll be up against, because we need our first reading next meeting because we need the 3-time readings before year end. So within the next 10 days, I'll be requesting and scheduling a finance committee. Rita, any committee communications? Marissa?
I do. I heard from the representative from the Canal Fulton Library, and she did find another scout willing to take on the little library project. However, probably will be working on it over the winter, and then as soon as the ground is able in the spring will be the installation. So I'm going to be meeting with them sometime the end of November, beginning of December, just to go over the particulars as we approved in council.
Will you explain what that is again for?
So it's the free little library where there'll be a structure, and we're going to have it right in the village green here on the side, or actually back there. And anybody in the village can come and get a book.
And are those library books, or are they just anybody's books?
They're anybody's books.
Okay.
And they'll be, yeah. So, and the library will maintain it and take care of it. There's nothing that we won't have to worry about it at all. So they'll be maintaining it. The first person that they had in line to make it, actually, that they lost interest in doing it for some whatever. But then she found another troop, and there's another Eagle Scout wanting to make that. So that'll be happening in the spring. And I do want to comment on the fire department and the police department on Halloween. I always come downtown, set up at the gazebo, and we had a lot of trick-or-treaters this year. I went through a lot of treats, and they were patrolling all the streets. And a couple of times when the police cruisers came through, they were playing Halloween music over their loudspeakers, so they were pretty festive. And thank the fire department for their patrolling and for the popcorn. It's a treasured memory for me as a child, trick-or-treating in the village. That was the highlight for every Clinton little kid to go to the fire department and get popcorn from a fireman. It was so, and they're carrying on that tradition. And when I hear the kids, they're like, "We're going to the fire department," so they're still excited about it. So we appreciate that. So it was a great night.
It's good too that our fire department didn't get teepeed. The tea must have been good.
Yeah.
Okay, Keith, anything for streets, sidewalks?
Not at this time.
Okay, thank you. Citizen comments, do we have anybody listed for comment?
Bev signed up, but
Just you?
moved her
And
up.
I moved her up? Okay, thank you. Resolution and ordinances,
We have the second readings. Resolution number R-24-15. A resolution amending the annual appropriations for the current expenses and other expenditures of the village for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024, and declaring an emergency. Good, okay. Resolution number R-24-16. A resolution authorizing the mayor of the Village of Clinton to enter into a dispatch service agreement with the South Summit Council of Governments and declaring an emergency.
thank you, Rita.
Readings.
And the first, the R-24-15 is the resolution that is including the mower we just spoke about with, for Kevin. Do we know if the Summit County reporting from quarterly to annually passed? That was on our ballot.
That is not what I checked.
Okay. The way Summit County reports, they have to report their reports quarterly for finance reasons, and they're trying to move that to an annual basis.
Do you know what the,
I don't.
like where it would be on here?
Election results?
Yeah, Marissa might know there.
Oh, here we go, elections.
And sometimes we get caught up in that quarterly, don't we, Leah, where we have to report stuff?
I usually do everything monthly.
Okay. Okay, moving on from resolutions and ordinances. Any new business?
It's not really council business, but it's village business.
Well, we'll move to the next category, council general discussion.
You know, it was published in the newspaper that the Historical Society has a few things coming up. So if you didn't want to put you on the spot, Diane, but I forget the date of when you need the names for your care baskets.
I'll let you know, because I haven't had a meeting with Lorraine yet.
Well, you gave it to me and I published it in the paper, but I just wanted to, people forget what was published in the paper. So I wanted to bring it back to mind of people, but, yeah.
I know we're gonna do that, I believe, on the 13th.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's looking it up. I think it's 41.
41 passed, 42 failed. Charter next week.
Okay, anything else under council general discussion? Was Marissa looking something up for us yet?
She's looking up that date.
By December 1st.
Okay.
If anybody has names of people who might need cheer baskets, get a hold of Lorraine Moore or anybody on the Historical Society by December 1st. I also wanted to remind everybody that anybody wanted to sponsor a room over at the Harder House for the Christmas open house to get
We have all our volunteers.
You have all your volunteers? You have all? Okay, great. So the rooms, the open house will be December 8th then, right, Jill? Okay, so you have all your rooms taken care of? Yay!
And Santa Claus comes out first.
Right. So do you don't need any more decorators? Okay, cool, good.
Okay, thank you. Presentations of purchase orders and bills for approval. That's my department.
Mhm.
So that is for the, so issue 42 was the issue where the county was trying to move from quarterly to annual, and it failed. Sorry, bud. So payment listings, I'm going to highlight two payments here. Our total expenditures is $56,385. We had an expenditure of $9,095.01. That's for John Yohe. That was his final pay for sick time and vacation time that was unspent.
And I'll note that that was already set aside as a separate fund. So that didn't come out of their fire fund.
Okay. And then the last item on the list is bad day training and consulting. It's I'm rounding up a $4,500 charge. That was a grant. So we received the money already, and we're just paying it out, so that's a wash. But that was, we've got 9 participants from the fire department in that program,
It's a hazardous material training.
and paid for by a grant.
Yeah, through, I think, BWC.
So if I could get a motion from one of the council members for $56,385.76 to pay the bills.
I motion. Bills.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Keith.
Motion to adjourn.
I had to call the roll.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were looking around like somebody do it.
Plasko,
Aye.
Joseph,
Aye.
Densmore,
Aye.
Steiner.
Aye.
Now,
Motion.
motion to adjourn.
I'll second it. Meeting ends at 7:30.